売上額
revenue,
売上額
revenue,
売上額
revenue.
Hello everyone, my name is Ari Hautasaari and I'm going to introduce to you our work on supporting second language vocabulary learning while walking by my colleagues and I from the University of Tokyo, Japan. Many of us have studied a second language in school or on our own, and those of us who have put effort into grasping the vocabulary and grammar of a new language have likely also become to appreciate the time and effort it takes to reach fluency. In our work, we aim to alleviate the difficulties in dedicating time for second language learning over other daily tasks such as schoolwork or hobbies by making use of learners' dead time, for example the time when a learner is walking to and back from school or work. To this end, we are developing a mobile application called Vocabura. Vocabura makes use of the learner's surroundings to simulate vocabulary learning in the context of use. The application detects the learner's location using GPS on a smartphone, and as they are walking past buildings, parks, or shops, as you saw at the beginning of this video, Vocabura plays the audio of a first language, second language word pair related to the location the user is passing. As such, our approach is an audio-based context-aware microlearning method, which does not require the users to stop and look at their smartphone screen to study new vocabulary in the context of use. In our first study, we tested the efficacy of our approach for second language vocabulary learning in a controlled experiment with a within-subject design, where 17 beginner-level English learners were asked to study 10 new English language words with 2 learning methods. With our proposed method, Vocabura, the experiment participants walked a predetermined route within a university campus and listened to the audio of Japanese-English word pairs related to locations along the route. In the second method, the participants listened to Japanese-English word pairs outside with no related location information. And this audio-only learning method was used as a baseline for measuring immediate and delayed vocabulary recall. Our results showed no significant difference in the immediate vocabulary recall test, suggesting that the beginner-level English language learners were able to recall similar number of new English words with either Vocabura or the audio-only learning method. However, we also measured the participants' recall of the English words 1 week after the learning session, whereupon our results showed that they were able to retain more English words in their long-term memory with the Vocabura method. That is, the beginner-level English language learners unlearned or forgot significantly fewer words over a 1-week period with the Vocabura method compared to the baseline audio-only learning method. The participants commented that it was easier for them to store information when they could associate it with things that they saw while walking. That is, they found it easier to recall second language words that they were able to associate the visual appearance of a location and the context of use. On the other hand, the participants also commented that they were not paying attention to the words, but rather the scenery or the locations while walking. Regardless, they were able to learn and retain location-related words in their long-term memory while focusing on another task, walking. In our second study, we wanted to explore how many English language words learners could theoretically cover by just walking around a large city, where there is an abundance of shops, restaurants, and other landmarks. To this end, we first created a location-related English word list for all location categories used in Google Maps, for example garden, convenience store, parking lot, that were registered at the time of the study. This method for extracting location-related words was also used in our first study on a smaller scale. We then searched for the closest match Wikipedia article to each location category, automatically extracted all keywords in the article, and matched the extracted words with corpora for second language English learners. For example, the ALC SVL list, which includes 12,000 English language words divided to 12 difficulty levels. The dark green portion of the graph illustrates our results for 100 random location categories, or in other words, for a random walking route along which there are 100 different locations. On such a route, Vocabura could theoretically cover up to half of the beginner-level vocabulary in the SVL corpus, and up to a third of the lower intermediate vocabulary. The light green graph bars represent the remaining words that could be covered in each difficulty level by simply increasing the number of locations a learner passes. In a large city center, such as many areas in Tokyo, commuters may pass 100 unique locations within roughly a 1 kilometer walk. This distance would also represent the walking commute of many workers within the city, that is, their walking commute from a train or subway station to their office or school, which is essentially dead time, that they could use instead to study new words in their second language. However, our analysis also revealed that it may be difficult to cover advanced level English vocabulary with our proposed method, and we are exploring ways to increase the vocabulary coverage of our method in our ongoing work. To some, we proposed a novel second language vocabulary microlearning method, Vocapura, that allows users to study second language words while walking without the need to look at their screen. Overall, our results suggest that the particularly beginner-level second language learners could benefit from Vocapura, as the method can complement classroom study by accommodating vocabulary learning in the context of use during daily walking commutes. Thank you for your attention, and please refer to our paper for more details. We look forward for your comments and questions.